Hi, Pre-K. Today starts the first of our experiments. Can you say that word? It's 4 beats. Experiments. And an experiment is when you try something to see what happens. We are going to be scientists. Scientists are people that do experiments. They try different things and they see what happens, and then they talk about what they saw or what they heard or what they smelled or maybe even what they felt happened in their experiment. That's called observations. Can you say that word? Observations. 4 beats. So during our science lessons, we are going to try things, we're going to make things, and we're going to be doing observations on what we've done. Some of our experiments are going to be a little messy, but that's okay. So the first one we're going to do is called, get ready for it, clean mud. Is that the most silliest thing you've ever heard? Boys and girls, you know what mud is. Mud is dirt and water. And you'll see a lot of mud now in the springtime when the snow is melting and the ground is soft. And especially if you live on a dirt road, your car goes over the dirt road and it's soft and wet and it gets muddy. Have you ever made a mud pie? Have you ever gone and played in the mud and jumped in the puddles? Have you ever come out clean when you did that? I don't think so. Maybe you needed to get into a bath after you did that. But clean mud is something you probably have never seen before. We are going to play with it today. So the things you need, we sent home. We gave you this roll of toilet paper. We gave you a bar of soap. Now the things you're going to need from home are some water. I got a big pitcher of water. This contraption, it's like a thing. What do you think this is? Have you ever seen it? I'm going to do some observations on it, and I'm going to touch it. It's very rough on this side and on this side, but kind of a little softer roughness. This is really hard. This is still rough, but not as. And it looks like my holes are really tiny here, and they're a little bit bigger there. And now I got huge holes. They're rough too. And on the side, it looks like I have openings. Boys and girls, this is called a grater. Some people grate cheese with it. I'm going to grate my bar of soap with it. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take our soap and we're going to grate it. But we're missing something. I can grate this soap, but what's going to happen? Where's it going to go? It could go on the table, but that would make a big mess. I don't want to make that big of a mess. Miss Tina likes to be messy, but not that messy. I'm going to put it in my plastic tote. So you're going to need a plastic tote, a grater, and some water from your house. But the soap and the toilet paper we sent home. So here we go, getting started with our clean mud. I guarantee after we're done making clean mud, you won't have to get it back. So you're going to get your soap and you're going to ask an adult to help you because a cheese grater can hurt you because it's rough, remember? And we're going to take the soap and we are going to push it down the grater. And I'm going to show you what you're going to see when I do that. Okay, so I did it just a little bit. So I'm going to show you what that looks like. Maybe I can just pick it up. There you go. I have little tiny flakes. You see that in there? I'm going to make an observation using one of my senses. My sense of smell. When I smell it, it smells clean. It smells nice. It smells like a bubble bath. How about you? What do you think it smells like? Yes, it does smell like soap. Soap reminds me of a bubble bath. Okay, so we're going to keep grating it. Alrighty. I'm holding it, but you know what? Sometimes it's easier if you just put it down and just keep grating it. So you keep doing that. Okay, so Miss Tina finished grating all of her soap, and this is what it looks like in there. See all that? We already used our sense of smell. We talked about what it smelled like. Miss Tina thinks it smells like a bubble bath. Let's put our hands in it. What does it feel like? Soft? Yeah? If you squeeze it, what happens to it? Kind of forms back into a chunk again, too. There you go. And do you see it kind of leaves a residue? It leaves dust on your fingers. So it smells like a bubble bath. It feels soft, and it's almost a little sticky. You ready for the next part? Okay. Now we're going to get our toilet paper. Open it up. And we are going to unroll it. And we're going to rip it up into pieces and put it in the soap. So this is going to be kind of fun. Just keep unrolling it and rip it all up. You're going to keep doing that. I took a big bunch off, but you want to break it up into pieces. This is the fun part, huh? You can get messy. I'm letting you tear up toilet paper. You shouldn't do this. You need your toilet paper. You keep it in the bathroom. But that's why we send home some toilet paper, so you can rip this one up. So you work on ripping up your toilet paper roll and putting it in your bin, okay? And then I'll be back. All right, friends, so I've gone ahead and I ripped up all my toilet paper, and now it's in the bin with my soap. And if I put my hands in there, I can feel the toilet paper. It feels soft on my hands, and it still smells like bubble bath. So I can see that it's kind of a mess in there. I can toss it all up in there together like that. So my soap and my toilet paper are all mixed in. So I see that it's all mixed in. Now comes the water. So you might need an adult to help you with this again. Miss Tina's going to take her water and she's going to pour it in a little at a time. There you go. I'm going to stop right there. And now I'm going to get my hands and I'm going to mix it up. Mix it, mix it, mix it with my hands. Oh my goodness, what's it feel like now? Oh, soapy, huh? It is. I'm going to squeeze it with my fingers, and I'm going to mix it all up, and I'm going to get my camera and I'm going to show it to you what it's looking like. Okay. All right, so that's what it's starting to look like. It still needs some mixing to do. I still have some dried toilet paper in there. I'm going to mix it all up. And I'm going to keep mixing it with my hands and squeezing it. You want to squeeze the soap gratings into your toilet paper, okay? And you're going to keep on doing that. Keep doing it until all your water is soaked up. And if you need to add more water, go ahead and do that. Oh my goodness. I can just feel it. It kind of feels really cool. And now I'm starting to get bubbles, friends. I'm starting to get bubbles in there. It's starting to get messy. Messy, messy. So keep on mixing. All right, we're still mixing it. Miss Tina's is getting it to the consistency, how it feels, that she wants. Oh my goodness. So there, you see a big mess. And friends, it's starting to kind of look like mud if it was white. Yep, but you can play in this and squish it as long as you want. And you won't get dirty with this. It's kind of cool. So the fun in this is just picking it up and squeezing it. And while you're doing that, I want you to think of some observations. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you smell? So friends, think of some good words. So I'm picking up my mud. Ooh, look at that. And I'm going to squeeze it. And I think, ooh, some good descriptive words to describe this. It's squishy. And maybe, ooh, slimy. Slimy is a good one. And soft. Wet. It does feel wet. Oh, there's some good ones. How about again smelling this now? What does it smell like still? I don't think it smells like a bubble bath anymore, but it does smell like soap, right? It smells like soap. Do you think it smells like anything else? You can tell me what you think it smells like. Squishy, soft, wet. It smells like soap. And when I look at it, it looks like mud, but white mud. I can play with it and I can squish it just like mud, but I don't have to take a bath afterwards because it's clean mud. It's made with soap. This was a pretty cool experiment for our first one. We tried mixing soap and water and, do you remember what that last thing was? Toilet paper. And we made a soft, squishy, wet mess that we won't have to take a bath after when we're done playing with it. Did you have fun with this one? You can play with this for a long time. And if it starts to dry out, all you have to do is add more water to it. I think I'm going to play with it for a while. This is fun. So, in your assignment, your portfolios this week, you are going to have your adult text your observations. I want to know what you see. I want to know what you feel. And I want to know what you smell from our experiment. And then tell me, did you have fun? I thought so. Okay. Bye, boys and girls. Ah!